Hello everyone, how you doing today? Welcome to my stream. I'm DC. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, all the places, dclasair.com, !DC in the chat. Will take you to my website. And hey y'all, check out my blog post. If you go to my website, you can just click the blog button or, go to this page, go to it directly via, hold on. Let me just make the direct link, right? That'd be a lot easier. Amazingly, my blog posts are under dclasair.com/blog. Do you believe that? Yeah. And I figured out some CSS to it. So there's like a black transparent background and a drop shadow. Yeah, so I got all fancy. But yeah, check it out there. I'd appreciate it. It's about OBS plugins for actual plays. As there are a lot of plugins we use for just streaming, you to me, but when it's an actual play, you have 4 or 5 people on the stream, the needs are different. So I gave some of my favorites. You can also view the Tech Friday either in my VODs or over on my YouTube under my live streams. Normally today would be Gunpla Day, but I hurt myself while I was sleeping. I slept weird, and so my neck and shoulder here were in a bit of pain. It's better now, but I'm just going to be kind to myself and not constantly use snips and things like that to attach things today. Imagine being kind to oneself. Weird concept, I know. But yeah, I did a couple days ago, and waking up today just felt awful. But I am doing better. The intervening hours between waking up today and now, it is feeling better, but I'm still going to be kind to myself and, do that. Also, we need to talk about subscribing to things, as the mobile prices for Twitch are going up. And I understand if that's a lot. So I have a coffee you can go to and donate there for even less than a Twitch subscription. Let's see here. Is this going to work? See what happens. Yeah, there we go. So go there. Ko-fi.com/DCLasair. Look at my rates and subscribe to me there, and that would be fantastic. All right, what else do we have today? Oh, so yesterday, the streamer bot chat window thing that I showed off on Tech Friday changed. So now you can type in commands as normal. You just type !! and the name, and then all your commands can come up if you just type !! Yeah, all the commands you have. And there is a little bit of a trick to making sure they can come up, which I will show on Tech Friday, but I will say the steps, and then when I'm ready on Tech Friday to show it off, I'll do that. But if you go into, if you're using StreamerBot, you go into the Commands tab, you right-click on Command, Edit, and then there's a checkbox saying Ignore internal messages, and make sure that is not checked. Because I think by default it gets checked, so uncheck it. And then in the StreamerBot chat window, you will have access to all of your commands, and they will work as normal. Which is fantastic. And what else was there? There was another thing related to streaming. Let's see here. We talked about rates going up. We talked about Go to my Ko-Fi, however you want to say it. Up to you, really, at this point. And no, that didn't. I gotta make that so that goes to YouTube as well. Let me repaste that in chat, just so anyone watching YouTube can get it as well. Boom, there we go. And let's see. Well, detective show I'm watching, Grantchester, and there's a T in there that you don't pronounce. Like this. It's a great show. I'm in season 4, and so far there are 9 seasons. Started in, want to say 2015 or so. And that doesn't seem right, does it? When did you start? Oh yeah, you started in 2014. Okay. So yeah, but you can watch it on all of it on PBS Masterpiece, and it's a really great show. Highly encourage it. It's a detective show, so it takes place in the 1950s in the Cambridgeshire village of Grantchester. And they do a lot of work to get a 1950s look down. We've advanced in years over the first 4 seasons, so it's not. I think we're in like 1954 or something, but it's all 1950s ish. Let's see if it goes any later than that. And with a lot of long-running British detective shows, there are cast changes a coming, at least to my, viewing. Let's see if we get any indication of what year it is in the show. I would guess that as time it keeps going. Okay, so by the beginning of series 4, which I'm in now, it's 1956. So yeah, we start off in the early 1950s in the first 3 seasons, and then by the time we get to series 4, it's 1956. Series 1 happens just probably right around 1950, because they mentioned that it's a few years after World War II. So that's probably good. And then let's see if we get a year for any of the other seasons I haven't watched yet. Oh, by series 8, we are in the 1960s. Okay. So that'll be fun. That'll be a fun time jump to see how they how they change their dress and everything. For the 60s, and that'll be fun. But yeah, it's a really great show. Please check it out if you like detective shows. Uh, Most of the directors, writers, and producers so far have been women, so that's fantastic. And yeah, I'm still going through it. It's about 6 episodes per series, except for the last one, which was 7 episodes. And there's a continuing story, but the crimes are one episode long crimes. They usually don't carry over into another show, but the storyline of the characters keeps going. It's just the crimes aren't series long investigations, which I kind of like sometimes, and that's great. It's just a great show. Check it out if you can. You like that sort of thing? Oops, that was loud. Sorry about that. Let's see, what else do we have today? Stuff and things. Stuff and things, I'm sure. Seemed like there was something else on my mind. But of course, once you hit the start streaming button, everything just goes out. So yeah, if you do want to sub to me on Twitch, don't use the mobile apps for Google and Apple. Just either sub to my Ko-Fi, coffee, however you want to say it, or use the regular website to give me a Twitch sub. Just don't use the apps. And hopefully, avoiding the app so you don't get that upcharge is an option for you. Be fantastic. Let's see. Oh, we beat Super Mario RPG yesterday. So yay, that was fun. There's a bunch of after game stuff to do. I don't know if I'll get to that. I'll probably do that off stream. Tomorrow, hopefully my shoulder and things continue to improve. Because I'll be playing Vampire Survivors. There's been an update, and I got to get my 100% again. Of course, why wouldn't I? Always gotta do that. Anything coming up this week? Oh, Tech Friday. I am going to go back over the ADAM multi-stream and also cover the StreamerBot chat window again. Because someone told me the mouse follow thing, even though I have it on the slowest and as smooth as I can make it, that some people are still sensitive to that level of motion. So I'm going to redo that. And this time I figured out how to use the Windows accessibility things. And I'll show those off too, because those are Stream Deck buttons now. useful thing called Windows Gizmos. And what it does is it'll turn on the magnifier. And I set the magnifier up to be a rectangle that I can float over and just magnify what I'm talking about. So going forward, that'll be the way. I'm not going to use the mouse follow script anymore because, someone said it, even as fluid as I could make it, it still bothered them. So we're going to use the Windows magnifier. I found out I can set it up like I have it set up on my MacBook, which is a dandy rectangle. Here, can show it off here. Let me go to studio mode real quick. Check my window. Yeah, that's fine. You can see that. You can all see this. So I go to my demo window. Boop. Yeah, this thing here. This is one of the magnifying options that is default accessibility option in Windows 11. Might be in other Windows versions, but I have Windows 11, so I can only claim it for this one. But yeah, so I will just move this to wherever I need on the screen and go over the options like that instead of having the mouse follow the cursor. And hopefully that doesn't lead to anyone getting motion sick. So yay. All right. So yeah, there's a handy Stream Deck thing. Go over. Let's close that out. I said let's close that out. Why don't you want to close? Button, do your button duty. Button was saying no. All right. Oh, we'll figure that out later. Faison, hello. Welcome on in. Good to see you. Normally today's Gunpla stream, but I slept weird and wound up with significant shoulder and neck pain. So instead of, and that happened yesterday, and then when I got up this morning, it was even worse. But it's calmed down now. So instead of constantly cutting things with snips and moving my arms and shoulders, I'm just doing just chatting and being kind to myself. I know it's an odd concept, being kind to oneself, but thought I would try it for a day and limit my movements. So we're just chatting. You can ask me anything you want. Completely open. Open chat today. Anything you guys want to talk about. Doesn't even have to be tech or anything we normally talk about related. So have a show you like, comic book you're reading. You want to talk about how many ducks you have in a pond. It's all great. All good. So yeah, there still will be a Tech Friday. As long as my pain doesn't worsen, there will also be a stream tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm hoping I'll be able to play a video game, and it'll be Vampire Survivors. And for Tech Friday, I'm going back over the Atom multi-stream plugin and the StreamerBot chat window, because the StreamerBot chat window had an update yesterday that changed things around from what we talked about on the previous Tech Friday. So I want to go over that again. And then there was a couple things I didn't mention in the initial Atom multi-stream video. So I will attempt to remember this time. And we'll go over that. If anything else happens between now and Friday, I'll let y'all know. Because we'll talk about it on Tech Friday. Amazing how that works. Fridays being Fridays. And I know I mentioned this the other day, but I'm going to mention it again because I'm excited. Starting in November, there's going to be a new The Question comic by DC Comics, which will be fantastic. And it will be the won't be the old. It will be. One moment. It's not Vic Sage. It's Renee Montoya, because she took up the mantle during the New 52 relaunch, and so still has been doing that role. So in November, kind of a bridge between their summer event and their new Justice League comic, they're doing this limited The Question series, which I'm very happy about. Especially because they kept Renee Montoya as The Question. It was pretty fantastic. And plus, The Question wears a fedora and trench coat and has the faceless mask thing. So it's kind of great. And ooh, something just went into my eye. Okay, doing good. Oh, and it'll be September soon. Yeah, thanks for reminding us now, Twitch, that you're raising prices on the mobile apps. Oh, the other day, I had a fantastic burrito. It was with Tinga. It was very good. Hey, Tripping Grudge, welcome on in. How you doing? Good to see you. Today is AMA. As I slept weird and hurt my neck and shoulder badly. Doing better right now, but doing the normal Gunpla thing was going to be probably a little painful. So giving myself a break. And we'll attempt to get back to regularly scheduled programming next week. And we're just talking about whatever comes to mind. I mentioned I started watching Grantchester, which is a detective show that in the U.S. you can watch on PBS Masterpiece. And just looking for some things to talk about for a little while. The Pixel 9s were announced. So if any of those are your jam, hey, there's a 9 version of phone, like the 9 Plus and whatever other thing they add to the number 9 to give you different tiers of phone. Yeah. But I wanted to come on, say hi to everybody. You all know I'm still around, doing things, doing stuff and things. Looking forward to PAX Unplugged. Who completed Super Mario RPG yesterday. That was a lot of fun. That's a great game. I was playing the remake of it. Reading through the latest Avengers run. Just finished the latest She-Hulk volume. Reading Scarlet Witch Volume 2. Incredible Hulk Ultimate. Miles Morales Spectacular Spider-Man Volume 2. And dipping back into some X books. Ooh, wow. That's cool. Yes, I want to read the new X-Men runs coming out. I gotta go to my comic book store and pick those up. I'm looking forward to reading those. So yeah, just a chill Wednesday, looking for things. I'm doing all right. I may take myself out tomorrow. Oh, randomly, there is a thing I want to mention. I know I talked about a lot about Stream Decks and everything and different buttons, but there are uh, programmable keypads or programmable number pads. You can assign hotkeys to them, things like that. So, and they can be cheaper than a Stream Deck. So if you want to do that and have some, you don't mind doing some programming, you can pick up a programmable number keypad or number pad, whatever name you happen to see it under, and at least get some of the hotkey functions down and opening things. Not quite as robust as a Stream Deck, but if it's all you need and you want to save yourself some money and you don't mind, making yourself a little key of what key does what. But the recommendation is always going to be a Stream Deck. So. And making sure no one's come out with anything new yet. Oh yeah, I almost have my website up to where I really want it, and I'll show it off, but I'm going to paste my blog back into my chat because I learned some small CSS. It's not a lot of CSS, but, I made myself drop shadows for my text and transparent black background because I could Google. So I think it looks good. And the blog has made, Doras has introduced something called the rich text block, and it allows me to do a lot of things. The rich text block is sort of like a Notion Lite type thing. You type the backslash and you get a list of what you can do in it and change the text colors and all of that stuff. And I made links to all the plugins I talk about on that page. So you just hover over the paragraph heading, and it's a link to that OBS plugin. And then same thing with the Tech Fridays that I listed demonstrations on in the article. You just hover over and it'll take you right to that Tech Friday on my YouTube. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out overall. At least the Doras does this thing of blocks. So rich text block, a link block, a text block, link block, that type of thing. So using the rich text block, I made the blog. Looks pretty good. And I wanted to get some more graphics done and change up some of what I'm doing here. And I'm going to try to make them in Canva if I can. If you go to the main page, the dclasair.com, and you scroll down, you'll see socials, actuals, play, interviews, and things like that. You can go over them, and they increase in size. But I want to make slightly different graphics for those that stand out a little more. And then hopefully I can figure out how to do the slight size increase when you hover over the thing. And then the upper left, you have the hamburger menu, and you can navigate to whatever area you want. All right, let's make sure there's... I'm going to turn on my fan in a second. I'm getting rather warm. Oh, well, it's 77 degrees in here. That's why I'm kind of warm. Hold on. get some actual airflow going, so I don't sweat myself to further injury and heat exhaustion, all that. I don't think you'll hear the fan over my mic. Doesn't seem like you are, but, what do I know? Alright. Oh, if you like Dispel Dice, the they have their Gen Con collection on their website. They've had it up for a few days now, but if you're looking at any of those during Gen Con, they're there. I got a few sets from Dispel Dice. They're kind of cool. I like them. So if you saw anything during their Gen Con push that you like, go over there, check it out. And I'm just looking through more articles to see if there's anything catching my eye. Otherwise, I may just call a little early today. And, just continue to take care of myself a bit. I may have to run to the grocery store. Well, I think I can do it. Okay. Let's see. Looking to see if my cat has appeared. No. Okay, that kind of hurt a bit. Let's not do that too often, me. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's call it here. I'm a little bit worn out. And we've been talking a bit. Again, if you don't want to pay the surcharge on the mobile apps for Twitch for subscribing, please support me over on my coffee. That would be fantastic. Or use a web browser when you subscribe to your favorite creators, and you won't get if you use a regular PC web browser instead of doing in-app, you'll avoid the surcharge. Okay, I'm gonna get going and rest up a bit more. Got like one of those neck massage things that you can put over your shoulder, so I may run that for a little bit. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. So thanks for coming in, y'all. I know it was a short stream, but I appreciate y'all being here. and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.